Good evening, glory. Hallelujah to you, conquistadors and conquistadorettes. This is the springtime of bass loving. And this is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Welcome, everybody. Welcome aboard the Crazy Train. It's Wednesday night, and we're back. We are back after a little hiatus of some crazy nonstop bassing binge. We're back here with the Straight Cast glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. I'm stoked. Coming on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting a long time for this. Livesay. Yeah, that's right. Lee's coming back, man. We've had Lee on as a, with multiple guests in the box, as Ginge calls them, in the boxes. But we're going to feature Lee tonight and do a little Lee history and get to know Lee a little better in his accomplishments, of course, in bassin'. With that being said, this bassin' crew right here that I have with me tonight, producing the heck out of this show, the one and only Andrew Ellenberger. He's a ginger ninja. He's a punk rock producer. He is. He punk rocks. What does that mean? He punk rocks. I don't even know what that means. Hey, and here working the chat tonight is River Jimmy. Give it up for River Jimmy. That's right. Yo, Jim. Good to see you. Glad you're feeling better and back at it. Ready for some bassin'. So we have a like and share contest tonight. And that is the TH Marine Supply $50 deal. Yeah, it's a redemption code for $50 worth of TH Marine Supply products, and that's pretty cool. All you got to do is like and share this live Facebook feed right here. That's pretty cool, right, Ginge?
Very.
You can buy whatever the heck you want, whatever they got. I'm feeling kind of retro. Are you feeling retro tonight, Ginge? Like 80s-ish. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like it. It's kind of like an 80s infomercial.
Very.
Right? Let's do it. Let's do it, Ginge. You know what I mean? You know what, Ginge? I feel great out there on the water in my Crestliner XF189 with a 150 Merc Pro XS. That TH Marine Atlas jack plate, I feel like I rule the river with those power poles. Down for pleasure. You know what I mean? Speaking of TH Marine Supplies, they're the supplier of the giveaway tonight. I'm doing 80s radio voice. You notice that, Ginge? I didn't even mean to, and it happened. The Kong mount. Talk about that. Talk about the Kong mount. How about that red hub, Ginge? What's them little hubs? Them G-Force hubs. Yeah, I like those. That troll sock. You know what I mean? Keeps things tight and in space. The troll sock. And then the G-string. That G-string. Bet you pull stuff up. You pull up the G-string, the trolling motor. Heck yeah. You can put the $50 towards that deal and have change. Coming back at you. Coming back. G-Juice. That all leads to G-Juice and, of course, the Hydro Blaster. All that good stuff available. GHMarineSupplies.com. Thank you for your contribution to Straycast since Season 2, right, Ginge? Since Season 2. Thanks so much to Duncan and Shannon. Amazing. Hey, want to bring it back. Bring it back around. Full circle. Come full circle. Have you heard what's going on with Half a Spot Official right now? Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard? Download the app. And this is no lie. No kidding. No cabe duda, as they say. Download the Half a Spot app. You got to go through a series of online derbs, and once you win, you got a chance to go bassing anywhere in the world. Like anywhere you want to go. But you got to bring me with you. That's the only bad part. You got to put up with all my talking and bling, boing, boing, ricochet rabbit all the time. And that's but the good part is win derbs, fish anywhere you want, compliments a Half a Spot Official. Now, yeah, boing. But here's the thing. I don't know the whole deal. I do know you have to win online tournaments in order to be in the finals to go fish anywhere. And it starts by downloading the app. So do that. If you have any questions, you could download, or you could just direct message Straycast. We'll be happy to direct you to whoever you need to know, or whatever we need to tell you. But Half a Spot Official, download the app today. Your chance to fish anywhere. Dreams come true with Half a Spot Official. They got spots. You know what I mean? Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about the lightness of Impulse Lithium coming up shortly with our guest, Livesay. Dude, I got to tell you this, Ginge, I am excited. We're off next week, and we're all going down to St. Clair. We're going to live it up, honky-tonk nighttime guys, at the old Claire. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to catch them. It's your birthday. It's Tap Dancing Tommy's birthday. We're hanging out with the Uncle Cracker. He's coming fishing with us for a couple days. Gary, Aaron's bestie's coming down to go bassing with us. It's going to be a great old time on the old Claire. I'm bringing the Crestliner down, going in the swamps a few days. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm telling you. So what I'm getting at with all that, thank you, Brad Rutherford, for all the kick-ass flatworms. Thank you, Berkeley. We needed them big time because we're going to smash them on some flatwormage. Brownback. Did I say brownback flatworm out loud, the big size? Did I say that out loud? You bet. You got him, Ginge. There, you got as many as you want. You know who gets whatever he wants? You know who's a honky-tonk nighttime man who's a whiskey gypsy? Uh-oh. Ah, yeah. Whiskey gypsy home at his home. That's right. I'm not this wild all the time, but most of the time. Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm just hanging out here doing a little stray cash show. My buddy Jimmy and the Ninja. We got Lee coming on. He's a champ. He's a Bass Elite Opens champ, and he's blue trophy holder.
I went drinking with Lee in Florida. It was crazy.
Yeah, you had a good time?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, Lee's good at beer, too. He's really good at beer and bassing.
He is.
He's not afraid of a good time. You know what I'm saying? Just like you, Whiskey Gypsy.
I am not afraid of a good time at all.
Where's Veronica Vaughn? Where's Courtney?
She's off here tonight. We're getting ready for yet another BFL. She's going with me to this one.
Oh, no. The truth is you scared her with the first derb experience. And now and now she's like, no, I'm not having none of this prep work. I'll come around after.
There's a lot of prep work. So she's working on that, and I don't know what to say.
Hey, I mean, good things happening for Tin Cup, right? The elites have been off for a little bit on vacation, so to speak, and now they're coming back. Tin Cup, proud partner with Bass on some events. And
I was fishing with one of my pro staffers on Monday.
Yeah,
I went with Matt Robertson.
Who?
And we took a group of Matthew Robertson.
Who?
You know who he is. And he
the one and only Matthew Robertson.
I spent almost 48 hours with him, and I didn't even. You want to hear a story? So, did you see that thing that he posted where he introduced Billy Strings and all that?
Yes.
He's
amazing.
I spent.
Can I wait? Hold on a second. But keep that story because it's going to fit right in here. So Matt calls me up, and he says, "You know who that band Grateful Something and the Promise?" I'm like, of course, dude. Some Clayton guy, Wes Claypool. Yeah, him too. I'm like, dang, you were hanging out with those guys? He's like, yeah. It's awesome. And now Matt's a rock and roller. And anyway, okay, introduce Billy Strings. You're partying.
Well, I drove down Sunday night, and I asked him if he wanted to do dinner, and he's like, "Well, I told Billy that I'd go hear him sing," and that's all he says. And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning." Then he goes out on stage. I know a lot of you saw it. He introduces Billy Strings. He hangs out with all those musicians.
Oh yeah.
And to say he's a legend is a true understatement.
Oh,
because he's wearing the exact same thing Sunday night when he gets on stage that he is Monday morning when we all showed up went fishing.
That's it. Hey, that's
legend.
That I'm telling you, man. Matt. He's just Matt. That's what we love about him. Yeah,
and he's a beautiful man.
Yeah, I would someday when the book is written, we'll all know many things.
Yes,
that we don't need to know, but we want to know about Matt Robertson. You know what I'm saying? Tin Cup Whiskey Gypsy.
I hear you.
You know what's pretty cool about straight casts?
A lot of things.
You know, to me, is that Tin Cup Whiskey and the Whiskey Gypsy come on here every Wednesday. And you got this little deal called the Tin Cup Whiskey Word of the Week. And whenever someone in the Bass Galaxy hears this particular word, they have to take a sip of whiskey, Tin Cup Whiskey. Or you can take a drink of ice cold Coca-Cola. You can have some vitamin water. Or you can have coffee right here, like I'm on in this part of the show. Mm-hmm. It's your choice, but whatever it is, drink it responsibly. Right, Whiskey Gypsy?
Absolutely. Yeah, be careful out there.
And you're on the tin cup in there. You're on the tin cup in there, in your house.
I'm on the 10-year.
You love that 10-year for straight cast night, don't you?
I do. Well, we got to do a toast tonight, and I think, I think everybody knows what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Yeah, well, hold on.
To miss, all right.
Hold on one second, because I want to say something here. I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you save your toast, because I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
And I was going to kind of lead out with this here. So let's do this. Why don't you tell me the word of the week, Luke? Tell me the word of the week.
Well, I thought we would, in honor of the great man, I thought we would do Ray Scott.
Well, I don't know how many times I want to say that tonight because I might cry. And that's why I was saving it for right before we went to break.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I'm not going to say that. But I think it's great that it's in your heart. I think it's beautiful. Hey, let's just party. Let's say every time I say Lee, you take a sip and sip responsibly.
Lee is a beautiful man.
He's amazing. You hung out with the dude. He's a proper bassin' man.
I did.
He's a proper bassin' man.
I did.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, like and share the live Facebook feed, and it's your chance to win the $50 TH Marine Supplies bonus card. You could use that as a derber, couldn't you, on these BFLs you're in there, bud? Couldn't you, Foles? But you're disqualified. Absolutely. You're disqualified, though. I heard that. I don't know. But, like and share. Live Facebook feed, your chance. $50 TH Marine Supply deal. And let's do it here, Luke. We lost, as everyone knows, a very special gentleman in all of our lives. And he allowed us an access to our passions that we never knew were possible. And these dreams of competitive bass fishing are the reason that we're all here today together. First, because of the fish. Yes, first and foremost, because of the bass. And second, it's this love of tournament fishermen. This is what Stray Casts is. It's all, to me, as dumb as this is going to sound, it's all part of Ray Scott's dream, is to get to know his anglers as professionals in a professional sport, a sport accepted by the masses as a professional sport. For that being said. So all this is part of Ray Scott's dream, getting to know these anglers on Stray Casts.
Yep.
These Elite Series anglers, these Bassmasters, through time, the legends, all of it are because of Ray Scott.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Common bond. All goes back to the bass, and it all goes back to Ray Scott. Luke Foley, raise your glass. Let's salute to this man. To Ray Scott.
Everybody raise it. Ray Scott.
Yes, sir. The vision
lives on. He allowed us all to dream.
The vision, yes, sir. The vision lives on. With that being said, please put the power poles down. Take a minute and think about what Mr. Ray Scott did for you in your life. We'll be back with Lee. Livesay. See you in a minute.
Love you guys.
Love you too, bud.
Bye.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain Whiskey.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkeley scientists have. Thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural. Man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. No matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydrowave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show. I'm your host, Pat Renwick. And right now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you from his Texas ranch in the Lone Star State, a guy just winning at life, kicking ass at every freaking thing he does. Bass Galaxy, we are proud to bring to you Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Lee Livesay. Yes. Welcome to Straight Cast, the glorified version of a Bass and Talk Show, Lee.
What's going on?
How you doing, bud?
I'm good. I'm a little sunburnt, been fishing all day, but I'm good.
That's a good look on you. I mean, that's the look of success. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Now, dude, I just been living the bass and dream. You know, I mean, it's these fish. I'm very grateful for these fish, Lee, as I know you are. You know.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, you got a wall of goodness behind you right there. You got all kinds of bait.
I got plenty of bait.
But life's treating you good, man. And it's been a long time coming. Thanks for coming on the show. And we've been looking forward to this for a while.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on. It's awesome. I'm ready to get it rolling.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. I mean, and first off, congratulations on making the classic. Give it up, Bass Galaxy, to Lee for that. That's a lot of pressure off, bud, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was that was the biggest thing. You know, that's why I'm fishing those opens this year is in case I have a bad year. And I like fishing them also. I want to fish more tournaments. And, man, I've had a crappy year on the elites. I was going to have to do everything perfect, no mistakes, you know, no breakdowns, anything the rest of the year to get back in the classic. I'm in 71st right now. So,
yeah,
what a blessing, you know.
That's good.
Time. Yeah, I mean, it was perfect. No pressure the rest of the year. I can just go swinging and helping other people, and I don't have to worry about anything the rest of the year.
It's nice. That's a good feeling for a derber, isn't it?
It is. I've always wanted to win an open, you know, and it's not just the classic, you know, it's winning an open, and I've never won one. I've been close a bunch, so I wanted that trophy too, you know. I want another one.
Heck, dude, yeah, I know you tasted the blood, man. The bleed is red with you. I mean, we know that about you. You're a badass, Lee. There's no mistakes. There's no mistakes, bud. And you've held up.
My worst nightmare that I tell my wife and everybody all the time was getting second place in a tournament.
Oh gosh, the no disrespect, the Aaron syndrome. I mean, it's just in bass in history. It always happened to that gentleman. But
my boy Brock. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, Brock. Yeah,
I would have done jumped off a cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
That many times he's a daggone man. I couldn't take it.
Oh gosh, yeah, so close, so many times. And but hey, there's always a redemption song, and you're doing good, Lee. Obviously, you're kicking ass, and you've held up 4 trophies on stage so far. A lot of people when we probed Ronnie Moore for information earlier, we probed him hard too. Believe me, you got to probe Ronnie harder these days now that he's a dad, because he's harder to get a hold of these days. He's harder to probe. But he said, 3 victories for Lee. I said, no, 4. 4 victories. And 4 victory trophies. Yes, on stage. And 2 at Ross, and then Chick, and then Fork. So, and of course, congratulations to you and the missus on your beautiful baby. Give it up, Bass Galaxy, for Lane.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, it took me 36 years to pop one out. But man, I was always that guy that didn't think it would change him much. But man, it's really cool. You know, I wake up every morning, 3 or 4 in the morning, and just sit there and hold her and stare at her all morning and hang out. It's awesome. I'm very, very blessed for that one for sure.
100%. You know, I've had this conversation with Seth before. He has 2 daughters, as you know, and having a daughter is just an amazing experience. It really changes your perspective on things as a man. That's all I can say. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's you don't even know what's happening, and then it does. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a whole when being the father of a daughter, it's a whole different kind of love, and I'm sure a lot of fathers out there can relate of what that does to your heart when your daughter's born. It's a crazy.
Oh yeah, you
crazy
think you're
thing.
some tough guy, and then you're like, oh shit.
Yes.
You know, that's real. I really love that little girl right there. So it definitely changes you, and it's for the good, you know, and I probably need it. You know, I've been rolling wild for 36 years. So I was,
dude.
Thank God I met my wife on that guide trip.
It all happens for a reason, don't it? Yeah, but my kid's my angel. I think all daughters are angels. You know what I mean? I really do. They start off that way.
I mean, I'm fully expecting to get the full experience later on in life. Trust me, I'll get paid back for all the bad stuff I've done my whole life.
It does seem to happen that way, but it turns around. There's always that turning point. Just realize that. But hey, you're a derber, dude. Like, you are a tournament fisherman. I mean, you really are. So you're an example of a guy. 3 years it was that it took you in the opens to come up to the elites. Is that what it was?
Right.
Yeah, and that third year was kind of like boom, 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 and you've been doing well ever since. You've been in 49 BASS events, including opens, and you've cashed checks in 43 of those events. 43 of the events. Now, some of it's a little fluff. I know how that goes, Lee. That's what I saw you smile a little. You know that deal, right? I mean, but that's pretty good.
A little bit.
But no, I mean, because you do get Bass has a great pay scale, so
right.
that helps the fluff a little. But to the fans, they have a great pay scale. So that
right.
that does help the fluff. But that's really good, bud. 43 out of 49 events. And get this, like, since you've been in the elites, I think you've missed a check 3 times. One of them was the AOY event on Claire. And then 21, you didn't even miss a check.
Yeah, I missed one in 21.
Oh, you did?
Ely Henry was the one I missed.
Oh, you know, don't you?
Me and Caleb went a little too hard after I won Lake Fork. And
okay. Yeah, see, you know when you miss those checks.
I know everyone I've missed.
But then what do you think about that? You've cashed 43 out of 49 events and you're short. You haven't been around that long, bud.
I mean, that's, it's a blessing for sure, but I'm just like everybody's going to say that, we're just gambling is all it is. And I don't like to gamble. I like to win. So, my foot's on the pedal and I'm best friends with everybody. They all know that till that tournament starts. Then I want to put my foot on their throat and kill every one of them. So,
goodness gracious.
It's nothing new. I'm just one of those guys, just like Christy or anybody, that's just wants to compete.
Yeah, you're a beast, dude. You see it on the water. There's no doubt about it. You have that competitive nature, and it's full throttle come Derb Day. It's evident in you.
That's it, and I don't have all this knowledge or grew up fishing tournaments or had a rich daddy that got me in all this, or, I started it later and, not later in life. I just started tournament fishing later in life. I was a cat fisherman and a crappie fisherman and a pond fisherman and ran jug lines and trot lines and noodles. It's kind of like taking and I've said this analogy multiple times to different people. It's like taking an athlete out of high school that played all 5 sports, soccer, basketball, track, whatever, onto your football team in college instead of just taking a guy that played football, and I think that helped me a lot. And, if I would have came in at the age these younger guys are coming in at now, then I would have got just trampled, I came in at my mid-30s and had been guiding for years and learning a lot. Not learning, different lakes and areas, but just learning, how to be calm and, learning fish, movement and just everything that you learn as a fisherman, and it's developed into being a decent angler. I think I still have a ton of growth as an angler for sure.
It's called thickening up. You were thickening up the whole time, weren't you?
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you got to do to get into the deal, man. Hey, I noticed I was talking again with our buddy Fighter this morning, and I said, hey, when you think of Lee, I would like to take credit for this, but I have to give Seth credit for this. So when I said, what is Lee good at, and he said he's really good at drinking beer, and he's really good at topwater fishing. I'm like, I think you nailed it, bud. I can't can't disagree with that at all, and I don't think you can either, Lee.
No, before I fished the elites, my buddy Kevin Bryan actually asked me. I still remember the conversation. If you win an elite event when you start, what do you think it'll be on? And I remember verbatim telling him a topwater. I just feel like a topwater you can win.
I thought you were going to say beer.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, close, but I just think a topwater gets bigger bites, in a lot of scenarios. Not all the time, obviously, or all the places, but it definitely and it's crazy though, everybody that knows me knows me as an offshore guy, and knowing all the knowledge offshore and being able to do all this stuff offshore, and I make my money on the bank everywhere we go, usually with my Minn Kota Raptors down.
We've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and again, I like that about you, and most bass fishing fans do, that you are just a basic bassin' man. Like, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. It was that old, you had the old what was the topwater plug at Fork you had going?
Just a spook, a saltwater super spook is what I want on Fork.
The saltwater one. And then you had a couple, you had the frog bites yeah, exactly. I couldn't,
all the frog, yeah, all that scum frog. I caught 2 on a jig that tournament, but it was
mostly topwater.
Frog, yeah.
And then here at Ross, the frog may not have been the primary, but again, a topwater was a contributor.
It definitely got me. It got me the win. I mean, I left that outside with one fish. I caught 2 fish the final day and 1 fish the second day on the frog. So it's definitely just something that makes me comfortable. I can pick it up and get a bigger than average bite. It's something you have to just put in your hand and go do. But I feel like when you get bit, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we seen you do that, man. We seen you do that.
It can hurt you too, though. That's my problem. Some of those ones you see me missing checks in on that list, it's because I'm stubborn. I'll get something in my head and I'll say, I can win with this, or I can, have a shot at winning, at least in my head. And I won't put it down when Ike and Ellie or whoever will. Caleb Summerall, my roommate, you think he's kind of like me. He's not. He'll fish the same bait as me and fish 19 different lures in a 20-yard stretch. And I'm like, what? How do you even do that? Me, I'm going to throw the same bait, and that hurts me sometimes. So it's knowing when to put it down too, not just the topwater, but just a bait in general.
But it pays off for you a lot. When we were at Gunnersville that time, me and Maddie didn't catch him that good. But you were out there, and I was like, what were you doing, Lee? And you're like, well, you were like, frog, of course. We're at Gunnersville. Duh.
That's all I pulled out of the rod box.
But no, it's that you love that stuff. Where did that start? What made that happen with you? What kindled the topwater love affair with you, bud?
I don't know. I fished a lot of, I guided a lot in the spring. I fished these fall championships, and a lot of those fall tournaments you can win on topwater because the fishing is just weird, especially offshore. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just like throwing topwater, and I think they get a bigger bite. But I think a lot of it's from those fall championships I used to fish, just team tournament wise. I would always end up being drawn to a topwater. Whether it was a 6-inch dogma or a buzzbait or whatever, I just felt like I could get a bigger bite that time of year, and I think it's just that.
What buzzbait you throwing these days?
Anything. I'm not particular. Like literally, Caleb will tell you, you can give me a Walmart bag of buzzbaits, I'll pull them out. If they're gonna bite it, they're gonna bite it.
Okay, right.
I'm not picky on stuff. I'm like super generic. I just feel like if there's a bass there, he's gonna bite something that I'm throwing. Well,
dude, I saw at this Ross deal, you're throwing a dang Lizzie. Throwing the old lizard at him. That is freaking awesome. Matt Robertson, if he knows that, he's so happy for you right now. Or he's jealous. I don't know.
So are all my Louisiana boys, and that's what's crazy because me and Caleb always fight because I don't carry lizards with me. Ever. They're not in my boat. I own like a gallon baggie of them that stay in the garage because I went to Ross Barnett one time in my life. And but Ross Barnett's famous for lizards, so I took them.
There you go.
I pulled up. No, to be honest, this is how bad it was. I had like 2 bags of my net bait lizards.
Yeah.
And I ran out the first day. So I literally like went to Brock Mosley. I was like, hey man, give me some lizards. The second morning to take off. And he gave me 3. Like he wouldn't even give me a pack of lizards. He pulled out and gave them to me. I was like, really? He's like, man, I might need them. I was like, dude, I'm in 2nd place. Give me some lizards.
Wow.
So my buddy Lonnie Cochran was over. I went over there and he gave me a bag too, just for backup. I didn't end up needing them, but yeah, Brock's stingy on his lizards.
That's hysterical. You're holding out, bud. What's the rig? What's the lizard rig for you? One, I think you had a Carolina and just a regular Texas, but how do you rig that up? What's the deal?
Yeah, I was throwing both, and it was super shallow. It was only like 1 to 3 foot there at Ross Barnett, just pad stems, hydrilla, and peppergrass. And I was just throwing it on my Halo HFX 7'3" medium heavy rod. That's my signature series rod, 20 or 22 pound Sunline fluorocarbon, half ounce, 6-inch tungsten weight, like an 18-inch leader of Sunline 20-pound mono.
Oh,
I think that helps. And
why does it help?
Just keeps it up off the bottom. That lizard, that fluorocarbon will sink it, and you're pretty much just dragging it on the bottom. That
makes sense.
And it's not like the mono floats it way up like everybody thought in the 90s. You know, it just keeps it up a little bit. You know, and a 4-aught Gamakatsu, just a regular off-shank worm hook, nothing special. You know, and that was it. And a net bait 6-inch June bug lizard with some bait fuel on it. Our attractant from American Bait Works. And
the old June bug.
That's what I caught every one of those big ones the first day I caught on that.
Classically. Absolutely. What's the Texas rig weight? What size were you on them shallow weights without the Carolina? What was the slip sink?
Oh, I'm not done with the Carolina rig because I got to put this in there too.
Okay.
It might be the only tournament I ever went on a Carolina rig, so I got to talk shit.
Nurture it. Yes, nurture it.
The best part was my buddy Daryl Gleason that fishes the elites pulled up right, beside me, and it was cool. I was like, get right there. I'm trying to block people off. It's so pressured. And I don't know if you know Daryl that good, but everybody that does know Daryl is the Carolina rig king.
Okay.
He always has one on. He's always throwing it everywhere we go, and he catches fish on it. He's really good at it. And that was the best part, was to win and catch that big bag with Daryl watching me on a Carolina rig right beside him.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, dude. This one's for you, D.
That's
right. That's pretty great, man. And you seriously don't see a lot of Carolina rig wins anymore.
No, that might be my only one ever, so I'm excited about it.
Nurture it. There you go. The lizard. Hey, your derb skills so far really good. Are you happy with your performance so far as an angler in your few short years at the elites?
So far, for sure, on the winning side of it, but I've had some down just averages too, but I think a lot of that's kind of shooting to win on a couple of them, obviously. But that first year I was like 15th AOI, and then the second year I sucked, but I won one, and then last year I couldn't do anything wrong, and I was in the top 5 AOI at the end.
Yes.
And won one, and this year I'm at the bottom, 71st, and we're just halfway through, and it's just, I kind of want to balance that out a little bit higher, but at the same time, I'll take the wins. Those trophies are what get you paid at the end of the day. But, I'm definitely happy with it. I just need to know when to put stuff down, probably a few tournaments.
You get a little stubborn, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. I think that's every angler's problem, too. But I bet you'll be pulling out that topwater plug, bud, on this last swing.
I got a couple of them tied on for next week.
So, like what? So, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm assuming this is a bass fishing fan, that your favorites are a walking type bait and a frog. Is that correct?
That is correct. 100%.
Okay. So tell me what's your go-to setup for this walking bait, and then tell me the go-to setup for the frog. I'm very curious about how you get dialed in with your plugs and your frog gear.
Well, I think that is actually huge as your setup, and I'm not trying to sell product right now, but you saw me on fork last year. I mean, I got that big bag, and I never lost one. I mean, I had a couple of just like misses and stuff like that, but I never lost one of those fish, and I could have lost one easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a foolproof setup, but that rod that I was throwing, the rod and the line is the deal, obviously.
Okay.
And you saw me, or, everybody saw me catch those fish. I was throwing that topwater on a crankbait rod, actually. It's a Halo HFX 7-foot medium heavy cranking rod. So it's real parabolic. It bends.
I like it.
That's because I throw it on braid. I was throwing it on 40-pound sunline frogging and flipping braid. You can just bomb it a mile and still work it. And you got the, no stretch to get the hook up on those fish. But when those fish jump and surge, that rod being parabolic, that cranking action of it allows those fish to, stay on there and not pull the hooks out of their face or however the hook. So that's my setup, that Halo HFX 7-foot cranking rod, actually throwing the topwater, 40-pound sunline. And that's it for the walking bait. This is actually a new 6 cents walking bait. You can't tell how big it is, but it's a great big one.
Pretty sexy.
It ain't out yet. We're still working on it.
What's it called?
It's just our catwalk. We have one called a dogma and a catwalk that are smaller, just regular size walking baits, and this one's actually really big. You just can't tell from on the computer.
It's like a damn school bus.
It will be thrown next week, but
nice.
That's my setup on the walking baits and the frog.
Straight braid. Wait, hold on. Straight braid though to the walking bait, or do you do a leader?
Oh, straight braid.
Okay, you ain't messing around.
No, I don't want any. Seth, I can't do what Seth does with leaders and stuff. It blows my mind.
Yeah, he's got a lot of canastas, as they would say.
Yeah, no, I don't know how that good, I guess.
Straight braid. You ain't taking no chances, Lee.
No, straight braid on.
What are you putting those Gamakatsu hooks on there? Is that your deal, the gammies?
And I'm actually, that bigger bait, like last year you saw me throwing, I'm throwing the triple grip style hooks,
Okay, yeah, like that EWG, yeah.
Because I think, everybody's like, well, if they nip at it, it's not going to get it. Well, if they nip at it, they're going to come back and get it most of the time. So I like that EWG when I'm throwing braid, because if they get it, around their lip, you got them.
It keeps them, yeah. Them in. You're winching them. Just, yeah.
And everybody has a different theory on that. I'm not telling you you're wrong or that guy's wrong or whoever. You can catch them on everything. That's just what I think is right in my mind. That works for me.
Did you used to be a straight mono kind of topwater dude?
Oh yeah, a long time ago when I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
And I still throw my poppers and stuff, my splashbacks on mono and stuff like that. And I even throw like my horse style baits and prop baits on mono still.
Because of the wrap deal?
A little bit, but I just feel like a lot of those, like a prop bait, especially like in Florida, we throw it mainly, not just Florida, but a lot of times they'll just hit it too hard and they hit it on the outside of their face and it'll be out here.
I got you.
And that mono or braid will just pull it off the side of their face easier when they surge, if they surge on the right angle. So I feel like that mono just lets me just hold on to them until I can just get them,
You throw heavy mono on those?
Yeah, I throw 20-pound mono only on stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes total. Same rod?
Yeah, oh yeah, same rod, same exact rod. The only time I'm going to change on stuff like that is when I go to like a frog, something where it's totally different setup.
So what's your frog setup then for topwater?
I got 2 setups on the frogs. One you saw me fishing at like Chickamauga with really thick, expansive, wide, actual mats of grass. You're just literally winching them through mats, and then one would be just frogging, kind of like I was doing at Ross Park, just some thinner lily pads, or if you're throwing a frog under some docks, or
some rohassing. You call that rohassing back in the day. Yeah,
just where you're casting a little bit more stuff like that, and they're both 60, 65 pound sunline, frogging and flipping braid. I never go less than that. Never really go more, 60 or 65.
Wow.
And the high speed reels on all this stuff.
What's high speed to you? 7s or 8s?
7 or 8s, either one. I'm not picking, just something I can pick up line. I have both. There's not a big difference there. You can get it faster, the better though. If I got an 8, I'm going to throw it on an 8. I like a bigger spool size reel just so I can get a little bit more torque when it's way out there. started up. But the main deal is that braid, obviously, and the rod. And, on the thick match stuff, I'm throwing the Halo KS2 Elite. It's a 7.9 heavy, just a big
Wow,
stick.
okay.
And I'm just powering them through those. My same rod you saw me win chick with.
Yeah.
The other one where I'm kind of being a little bit more accurate or skipping stuff like that is one of those Halo HFX 7.3 medium heavy, same rod I just talked about a little while ago. That's it. That's my two setups. I don't throw anything else.
So when you're in that real thick stuff and you got that 7.9 heavy, there's not much walking going on. It's more kind of scooting, isn't it? I mean,
just reeling, straight up and reeling.
Yeah. So you don't. All you need is that. Yeah.
You don't want that. You just want to be cranking them.
Yeah. I gotcha. That makes total sense on that. I didn't realize on Chick that you had that 7.9er. I didn't realize you were on that.
I still have that exact rod. I try to break it all the time. I used it the other day. That's the exact rod I want, and I still got it.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I'm going to tell you something here that's going to impress you. I know you know how many checks you've cashed, but I have some scientific computations, as we like to call them here. Is that even a word, computations? I don't think so. But we have these facts right here. It's going to blow your mind, Lee, about you and the amount of money that you've won so far on the elites. Everybody likes to count professional fishermen's money, right? I mean, so we know 49 derbs. You've been in 49 derbs, and you have won $587,856. So not bad, Lee, right? That's not bad. Pretty good. I know. And you're like, every angler always says, well, take away entry fees, gas, hotel expenses, beef jerky, and then boom. But so we get that. Now get this. You've caught 1,713 pounds of bass in those 49 derbs, dude. That's a lot of LBs, isn't it, Lee?
I think so.
Yeah, dude, it is. So 49 derbs and 1,713 pounds of fish. $587,856. Now get this, and your wife is going to love this, okay? This is how much each fish per pound is that you catch. Each fish that you catch per pound is worth how much, Andy? Do you have it? I don't.
Hold on, we're computing.
Andy's computing the facts. Compute along with us at home, geniuses and scientists.
We got it. You ready?
Yes, here it is. Each pound of fish you catch is worth this. What is it, Andy?
$343.17 per pound.
Whoa, dude. Holy shit. $343 a pound, bud.
Not bad.
You're happy with that, right?
Yeah, there's actually a little niche in that system, too, because they need to add another $5,000 to that total.
Oh, do we? Okay. Why?
There is actually a glitch in that system, and I know about it. Nobody else does.
You are smart AF.
I handle my business. Okay. Last year at the St. Johns River, I finished like 49th. I ran out of gas actually on the third day coming back with a big bag. And I dropped, me and Caleb run out of gas all the time. Somebody needs to give us a gas card. Anyways, I finished 49th at the tournament, and somebody either had COVID or somebody dropped out or something from that event. I can't remember exactly what the purpose was for somebody not being there. So instead of the cut being 50 or 49, it was 48 or 49, whatever it was. So I ended up in this weird spot where they only paid me $5,000, but they didn't ever tell us this until after the day 3 deal.
Aha.
When I saw a $5,000 check, even though I was inside the 3-day cut for $10,000, I was like, what the hell? And obviously called Lisa and Bowman and you and the world wanting my money. And they kind of fought me for a little bit saying, well, that's what happens when, I think it might have been David Fritz had COVID or something weird like that.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped out, we drop a place, and I said, well, the rules say this, that I signed. Anyways, they ended up paying me my $10,000, but they never added the other $5,000 to the Bassmaster website.
Aha! That you are up in your own business. You're amazing. You got us. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lee Livesay.
We gotta add like $1 a pound or something.
Yeah, let's add an extra. Gas card. Just give him a damn gas card, right?
Caleb's ran out of gas like 3 or 4 times in the last 3 years. He's crazy.
Pushing it, isn't he?
That's what you want to call
it. Hey, I got to go back here and talk to you a little bit about your qualification process and to the elites, because you did it well. You did it in 3 years. It takes some guys a lot longer, and it does take some guys less. But they always say the cream rises to the top rather quickly in the opens. And this is a theory I have, that kind of happens within a 4-year groove. Does that sound right to you, or am I just talking nonsense?
No, I mean, there's obviously just freaks out there like Hackney and Christie that jumped back in them and qualified 1 and 2, I think, the next year.
Yeah.
And I think Atkins might have done it. Or maybe it took Atkins twice to get back in. But,
and Brandon.
I don't remember, but it's there's always those freaks out there that are just good, and I'm not one of those. I'm one of those that has to literally fight you in the backyard to get to the fence. So
I like that.
It's one of those deals, and the opens are very. I don't even know how to describe the opens. It is a dog fight.
It's like the Wild West, right, bud?
You will do so good, and you're like, oh, all I got to do is this and this, and we're good. And then that next tournament, you finish 74th or whatever, and you're like, shit, it's over, But, it's the opens are – I like fishing the opens. It's cool. I would hate to be requalifying right now with the talent that's out there and the number of guys. I know that it's a hard road, but it's worth it for sure.
And when you did it, I think you did it through just fishing the Centrals too. I mean, you did it through one division. A lot of guys are on all 9, so that's a big deal, bud.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see some new things in the opens the next couple of years, and I don't know that for a fact, but I'm ready to see some new stuff going on. I think the opens are huge right now, and a lot of people want to fish them, so. I think there could be some exciting stuff show up in the opens next year.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hearing little whispers out there that there'll be some cool new movement.
Hashtag stay tuned.
Get to see some new lakes and some better fisheries and stuff like that.
Interesting. Opening it up. Is there a formula, though? Is there a formula to the opens, Lee? Like, I've heard our buddy Matt says that you catch 12 pounds a day.
I literally just had the same conversation with Buddy Lonnie. I've been saying that for years. 12 pounds.
Okay.
Catch 12 pounds. 12 pounds. I don't care where you're at, except the Northern Division. Don't catch 12 pounds in the Northern Division because they catch them up.
Okay.
But in the Centrals and most of the Southerns, just catch you 12 pounds and see where you end up.
Okay. And so that is a good theory. You think that can get you in the elites, a consistent 12?
I'm not kidding. I literally just had the 12-pound conversation 20 minutes ago before I started this show with you and my buddy Lonnie.
No shit.
And I told him before last year, I said, he started last year, said, just catch 12 pounds, Lonnie, a day. And he almost won the first one he fished, just like I did. I almost won the first open ever fished, like lost by a couple ounces.
I thought you were like in 5th, and then you tanked the next 2.
Yeah, but because you're like trying to win them, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And, that's what I figured out. Oh, just go catch 12 pounds. That's what Lonnie, he almost won his first one. I said, I'm telling you right now, you did good in this one. Just go catch it 12. The rest of, if you're going to qualify. And he called me a minute ago and was like, man, you weren't lying about that 12 pounds a day deal, were you? Remember telling me that? I was like, yep, I do.
Nice. I like that theory, and it makes perfect sense. Like, it's gonna cash you too, in most elite events, I think. Like, it should. Maybe 15 is a little more creme de la creme.
There's always that what if on the elites. The elites are different. We don't have the numbers, but in the opens, man, I don't care where you're at. I mean, there's a few places like the River and James River, obviously, that are going to be just amazing weights. But the places where you go in the Centrals, you better catch you 12 pounds no matter what you're thinking and just see where you end up.
You fished that first open. You got a nice little check, and you were happy as could be, right? I mean, what got you there? What got you to that point? Like, I'm going to go fish an open. What got Lee there?
I fished the opens for the Red River tournament. The Red River is in September, and it's only about an hour from my house. And Rayburn's like 2 hours too. And I know both those. I don't know Rayburn that good, but I do good there. Just decent. But the Red River, I feel like I can win. And Ross Barnett was just the one I had to show up and fish, and that's the one I ended up winning. So you just never know.
Yeah. I like your style. You didn't rest on the fact that you're an Elite Series angler, and in the back of your mind, because this kind of hasn't happened to you really yet, where you've had to face this scenario as a professional angler, as an elite angler, and you're like, okay, in these opens, I'm not doing too good. The fact that you are very self-aware, Lee, is a great sign of a champion. You know what I mean? You're in your business. You know what you need to do to win. You know what you need to do to achieve success. And it's a sign of a champion. We commend you for that, for sure. Yeah, good. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, we like it. We like it. And I'm sure you do, too.
Trust me, I'm just as thirsty. I want another one real bad.
So isn't it weird that, like, all of a sudden at the beginning of the year, like, everything was gung-ho for the elites? You had like 57 tournaments in 6 months, and then now you're off for 5 months or 5 weeks.
It's crazy.
Like what? How did you? Were you? I know everybody's still wound. Like, everybody's just wound up, and then, like, did you unwind? Did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I had that open to fish on Ross, obviously, but I just had a baby, so I've just been chilling with the baby. I've been fishing I went today just to make sure everything worked after I ran through the swamp at Ross Barnett, so I've not been fishing much. I'll fish about once a week. I fished with my buddy Clay Powell last week and caught a bunch on a big bait, on a 6 cents big bait. So
okay,
I've been super cool, just chilling with my wife and my new baby, and life couldn't be better on my end. I haven't even really thought about fishing that much just because of that.
All right, I like it. And then just casually went out and won an open just for the hell of it.
That's right. That's the baby trophy that
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, dude. I mean, for real, when you held Lane up on the stage, that was seriously one of the coolest moments of bassing. Just that little baby, how small she is in your hand, dude. Like,
she's little bitty, dude. She was a 6-pounder when she came out, 6'1". So it was pretty cool being able to hold her up, even though she cried like hell and was mad at the world.
She made history.
Mad for a minute.
Hey, you like Mexican food, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go to a Mexican restaurant right now. What do you say?
I'm down for real. Like, seriously, come on.
Yeah. Hey, Ginge, take us to a Mexican place right now. Let's, in spirit, in fake Bass Fishing Talk Show land. Ah, yes. Here we are. Welcome. What's the name of this restaurant be, Lee? What is the name of this restaurant?
Pasados.
Asados, where they got the big basados, and the honky tonk badunkadunks, or whatever the hell that means. But hey, we're here at this Mexican place. What are you gonna gargoyle, garçon, over here? This is a champion, Lee Livesay. Lee, what are you gonna have? Tell the guy what you want here at the Mexican joint.
I want a Busch Light draft tall, and give Caleb Summerall margarita. I want some chips and queso, salsa, obviously, and I'll take 3 enchiladas, rice and beans.
Yeah, you know what you like.
I'm good.
You're in your business.
it's game over. I'm from Texas.
Yeah, and you're in Caleb's business too. You know his business.
Well, I saw Caleb drink a margarita in Detroit one time at a Mexican restaurant, and he tried to stand up, and he headbutted the bar because he couldn't move his feet. And I just walked out of the restaurant. It was the funniest thing ever.
It's all that upper body weight on Caleb.
His feet wouldn't move. It was a pretty good margarita, apparently.
Detroit margaritas. Hey, when they get this wrestling thing down with Matthew and Caleb, Corey, and Brandon is now in on this. Innocent Brandon Palaniuk is now in on this.
He's the worst one.
Well, yeah, he just plays nice, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll kill you. That's why I'm not in it, because I wrestled not Corey. I could beat up Corey. I wrestled Chris Johnson, the little one night, and then Chris whooped my ass. So I was like, okay, that wrestling ain't for me. You know, I used to wrestle when I was like 7 years old, and a girl beat me one time, and I cried, and that's when I quit wrestling.
You didn't need no more of that. You knew.
No, I'll go back to fishing.
Who got thrown in the table? Was that you or Caleb? In the coffee table at some house. I got some video.
Oh, that's when I beat Caleb at checkers like 27 times in a row, and he got pissed and tackled me.
He cheap shotted you on a damn checker game.
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb. Something else. I texted with him the other day. I got a fake message on Instagram from him, from a hacker.
You didn't give him $300?
No. But I hope everything's okay with him.
That was really Caleb. He just came up in the game about $3,000.
he upped the ante, the net worth, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, man. So anyway, your food's here. Enjoy this. This your fake food. So
right.
I got that. I got the chimichanga, steak chimichanga with the red stuff on the top and then the cheese over it.
Okay, so
yeah. Rice and beans on the side, extra chips and salsa. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. So let's get to it. I mean, this is kind of where we get to know you. You know what I mean? This is the part of the show where we kind of get to know you. Lee, and you're really good at fishing. Do you know you're really good at fishing, as dumb as that sounds? Do you know you're really good?
Not yet.
Okay. Because you're humble or what?
I'm a good guide.
Okay. You're a good guide.
Yeah.
Which is a talent all its own. We'll talk about that in a minute. But you don't realize you're good at fishing? Like, I mean, you got to realize you're good. You're a champion. You know you're damn good at it. But you can get better is what you're saying.
Right. I got a lot to learn.
Okay. Did you realize you were good at bassing before you got in the opens in 15 or 16? Did you realize you were good at it?
I thought I was good at fork in Texas.
Okay.
I didn't know if I could go to New York and catch them, or go to Florida and catch them, or Virginia or Delaware or wherever.
But you thought you were good enough to win that Red River Derby.
Yes.
Okay. And that's all it needed. That's all you needed in your head.
Yeah.
So is that, I mean, when did you first realize you were good at fishing, man? Like I know your granddad got you into bassing and fishing in general. And I think that's pretty special in a lot of anglers that grandfathers get them into the sport. Like, do you think your grandfather recognized that you were good at fishing?
Oh yeah, no, I was good at fishing, but I wasn't bass fishing. You know, I was good at crappie fishing and stuff like that. No, I was a great fisherman.
Okay.
But it was because I did everything, and that's all I've done, you know, but it was never bass tournament fishing. I was always, you know, going out night fishing in a freaking canoe at 2 o'clock in the morning, catching crappie, or running jug lines or hoop nets, or, you know, trap lines or anything. You know, I was just an outdoorsman is what I was. I was a avid outdoorsman in the fishing industry is what I was good at. Because I just like catching fish, and I like eating fish.
When did you start making a living in the fishing industry? Would that have been guiding, I guess?
Yes. When I started guiding on fork, that's when I actually started making a living doing it. And that's kind of when I started. I'd fished a bunch of tournaments before that, but just all small, you know, little jackpots and this and that, little fundraiser stuff. But I didn't start fishing the actual mainstream, high-end Texas team stuff until I started guiding.
Gotcha. And like you're out there guiding, you're seeing derbs, and you're like, you know what? I can take those cats' money. Is that the wheel that's spinning? Is that what's going on with you?
That's it. I mean, you're sitting there guiding for $500 a day, and then there's a tournament that Saturday, and you're like, dang, you can win 20 grand in Texas every weekend if you're good. That's where it came from.
Everything's big in Texas, man. Dude, when we were there at the Classic in Texas that time, I think we ran into you at this place too. But man, there's that honky tonk Billy Bob's. Holy shit! I ain't never seen so many pretty girls in one place in my life. I got to be honest with you. Me and Gro were like, what the like. It was amazing.
It's a good place. There's a lot of beautiful Texas women in there with long legs and cowboy boots.
And I got to tell everybody something about you, Lee. You're the silent but deadly type. So like, am I thinking, like, yeah, Lee might be a wild, good old boy. We're hearing stories about wrestling and all this, but dude, I'm just being 100% honest. Every time I see you out, you just got your head down here at that bar, just minding your own freaking business. That's all it's what you do.
I'm a pretty quiet guy, and don't get me wrong. I'll get rowdy with the boys, but I'm pretty quiet. Just sip on a couple cold beers and listen to the band.
No, I like that about you. But what I also can tell is that, like, say Caleb gets lippy with somebody, you know what I mean, or some of your other boys, that bass signal goes off. And you're there. You're right. Boom. You're up. You're off that bar, and you're there, and you're ready to brawl.
Oh yeah. No, I got my boys' backs for sure.
It's good times on tour, isn't it, man?
When you hang out with Caleb and Matt and Corey, you have to keep a set of eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah,
watch them too.
You have to be aware. I really like how you said you could beat the shit out of Corey Johnston.
Oh, no doubt. Like I've got video of Chris beating the shit out of Corey. Like. Chris is on a different level than Corey, for sure.
Chris is like that silent come up and slit your throat and
oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just done.
No doubt. I've seen it twice.
Hey, tell me a little bit about fishing with your granddad. I had some of the best fishing trips of my life ever with my grandfather. I want to hear about yours.
Yeah, my grandpa, he couldn't even swim, so he didn't even own a boat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty weird if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
So he would never fish on a boat, didn't own a boat or anything. So we fished off of docks and ponds, obviously, but we did just a lot of crappie fishing on docks and culverts and, bridges and stuff like that when they were spawning. And, if the crappie weren't biting, we'd go carp fishing or cat fishing or, anything, obviously. But he was a big crappie fisherman. We had fish houses in Oklahoma that you could fish in, covered docks that were for the public and stuff like that. He was a big jig fisherman. He liked to fish with hair jigs and catch crappie. That's what he did, like every single day.
That was his passion.
That was it. He was a jig fisherman.
Did he have cool crappie recipes?
I'm sure. I don't. I was so young then. I wasn't into the cooking yet then.
Okay, gotcha. Were you into the eating?
I was into the eating for sure. And the cleaning. I'd go out there and catch a limit of crappie, especially when I got older, and he'd come pick it up and take it off and go clean it. And I'd stay out there and catch another limit, and he'd come get them. He did it all for me. He was super cool.
That's amazing. Hey, you met Taryn on a guide trip? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I actually knew her before that, but it had been years since I'd seen her, and we had no involvement. I just knew who she was.
From town or something?
I went to middle school where she went to high school. I moved from Oklahoma to Texas, and I went to the school that she went to from 4th to 8th grade, and I knew her in middle school, and she was a year above me. And then transfer,
older babes. You went pretty older.
She booked a guide trip for her dad.
Aha.
Brought her dad on a guide trip, and we had a great day. Pretty cool day. And, she was flirting with me the whole time, obviously. So I hit her up. My clients actually, whether a day or a couple weeks later, I don't remember what it was, caught a 1388, almost a 14-pound bass.
Yikes.
So I texted her a picture and I said, "Man, look
You're
what
like,
y'all missed."
you're like BDE, Bass Dictated Energy.
Look what y'all missed. You should have been here. And we started texting after that. And I was like, hey, can I take you to dinner one night or something? She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend."
Oh no.
Shit, didn't see a ring or anything. So
damn.
It stayed silent for a couple months. And going into the spring, she texted me and said, I want to book another trip for my dad next year or this year. And I said, okay, blah, 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 and text back and forth. And she said something about, how about taking me out on that date you were talking about to dinner or whatever. I said, what happened to the boyfriend? And she said, he don't work here anymore. And we never looked back.
You knew exactly what happened to that boyfriend. You had it planned the whole time.
Oh, yeah. I bet he doesn't fish now. He makes fishing him.
Well, that's pretty cool, dude. That's a real cool bass and love story. For real.
Good.
It's all because of the fish, man. Look at that shit. The common denominator, bud.
Can't make it up.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It really is, man. I think it's so evident here so far. I'm noticing in this interview that plain and simple, as many people say, everything in life happens for a reason, and yours seems to be like really going in steps. It really does. Like, it's pretty cool, dude, to observe.
Yeah.
I don't. You gotta. It's pretty freaky. It's cool. It's cool stuff, man. Hey, what do you like for movies? Like, you a comedy guy? You a horror guy? You a drama? What do you like?
I'm a comedy guy. I like Adam Sandler.
Me too.
I like the Happy Gilmores and the Big Daddies, stuff like that. And then I like the kind of the Western kind of stuff, some of that cool stuff. Legends of the Fall. It was my go-to back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I love that movie. Absolutely. Yeah.
River runs through it. That kind of stuff.
Brad Pitt is a great freaking actor. I mean, he's really freaking good.
He got me on a couple of.
Yeah. He's good. He really is. And I love Sandler. I'm glad you said that. We you want to play a Happy Gilmore game?
What you got?
We got a Happy Gilmore game. Ginger, oh, look at you. Aha! It's time for the Happy Gilmore game at the Mexican restaurant. All these people at this Mexican restaurant are just looking at us, Lee. They're like, what is it breaking into game show music for right at the table? Lee's he's only one bush light in. So I don't know what the deal is.
You can get bad.
But here's the deal. So we're going to give you a Happy Gilmore character, and you have to tell us who in the Elite Series that Happy Gilmore character is. And you can name yourself, of course, if you choose to, but you have to give an answer, okay? You have to name an Elite Series angler. Let's go first off. Who in the hell is Shooter McGavin? Who's Shooter McGavin right now in the Elite Series?
That's like the worst one you could ask. Shooter McGavin would probably be... Ooh.
We can go back. You want to think on that for a minute?
Just give me a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Everybody's good. That's Shooter McGavin is Patrick Walters.
Patrick Walters. Bass Galaxy, I like that answer. Patty Walters is the Shooter McGavin. He'd shit like you for breakfast. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know who Aaron used to call the Shooter MGavin a bassin?
Who?
Skeet Reese.
That's a good one.
Back in the day, we got some cool interviews of that. It's fun. Anyway, yeah, that's the shit. That good one, Patty Walters, and we love Patty. Of course, everybody loves Patty. You know that. Hey, who's Chubbs, bud? Who's the Chubbs? Like, who's Chubbs in the Elites, right? I mean,
Chubbs Peterson. Let's see. Give me a second.
You take your time, champ. He's really thinking on Chubbs Peterson. He's putting it together.
You gotta. That's a tough one because I want to say an old guy, but it's not.
Okay, well, it's okay. You got to say what your gut tells you, just like in Bassin, dude. You know what I mean? But you like to hold on to that topwater plug too long. Talking to the wrong guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you do win with it. I'm just killing time.
Peterson.
Chubbs Peterson in the Elite Series. Who's that?
Goofy pants with a fat ass.
You're really into this, and I love it.
Oh, no. I'm all about the Happy Gilmore. Trust me. Who helps people like that but is just goofy at the same time? I want to say Bernie, but I'm not going to go Bernie because it's not there.
Okay. You're not feeling that completely, but...
No, not feeling Bernie. Oh, man.
You want to go back to Chubbs? We can.
Yeah, Chubbs, you can't screw that one up because that's... I mean, if you have a wooden hand, you can't screw that up.
I don't know about anybody else out there, but I am loving how serious you are about this Happy Gilmore game because this is serious business. It really is. Who's Happy Gilmore right now, bud, on the series?
That's too. I mean, I know it's too easy, but Matt, obviously.
Matt's Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't even count.
Why is he though? I mean, okay, you kind of had reasons for the. Well, why is Matt Happy Gilmore?
The trail camera from stocks. I mean, we can start there. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of stories and plenty of pictures and anything. Matt's Matt. Matt's Happy Gilmore. Matt's happy.
Is Tara your Virginia Burkett?
She's probably my. God, what was the Vicky Valancourt?
Yes, from Waterboy. I love it.
Not the same movie, but she's my Vicky Valancourt.
Yes, I like it. So did you ever notice this? That, like you may or may not have. We got Veronica Vaughn. We got Vicky Valancourt. And now I just brain farted the girl from the Happy Gilmore. Vicky Vercott.
Yeah.
Like what was up with Sandler and the V's?
They have that. Yeah. They got it going on. They know it too, just nobody realizes.
Yeah, he was banging some girl with the V something back in the day and fixated on it. That's what the deal was right there. All right, so Maddie is Gilmore.
No doubt. I mean, obviously.
Patty Walters. He's old Shooter McGavin. Mm-hmm. And this is a super important one to you. Who's Chubbs? We're on this so long. Who's Chubbs?
And this is, oh man.
Dude, don't mess this up for you. Don't mess this up for you, champ.
I know. I want to go with the older guy. Like, it can't be a younger guy, but it's like a mix of Greg Hackney.
I'm liking where you're going. You can morph people. Morphing is allowed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it's Hackney. It's Hackney.
Hackney's
but it's
Chubbs.
A mix of something with Hackney. It's like a mixture of Greg Hackney and Davey Height. Not that Davey's fishing anymore.
No, that's good. It's okay. Yeah. Dude, Zona will love this answer, by the way. You know that.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, with even almost a little Mercer and Zona, stepchildren in there. But it's definitely a Hackney mixed with Davey Height. And, I like Davey. That's my boy's Davey, but it's definitely a mix of those two. A little bit of teaching you, telling you what to do. They used to be badass, but now they got a wooden hand that might fall off and get ran over in the batting cages.
I played some pool, Mr. Height, at the bar. I know. Dude, you kicked ass at the Happy Gilmore game. Wow. Way to go, bud.
I've done that my whole life.
Hey, I was reading about you as Bass Fishing Talk Show hosts do, and I see that you mentioned that book Where the Crawdads Sing, and I thought that was very, for lack of a better term, eclectic for you. and not that, like, first off, like, I don't see you as a reader, and I'm going to be honest, I only know about that book because of this girl I was seeing. All right. So But it's a cool story about the swamp girl, or that her daddy's a loser, and something happens, and she's off to fend for her own, and there's coincidental murders, and cool shell neck. I always used to hear about the shell necklace. I want a shell necklace.
Yeah,
but
everything, a little murder, a little betrayal, a little bit of love story, and a swamp.
Yeah, it's pretty cool story. Like, so how did you get turned on to that, bud?
A girl.
Of course, exactly. It's like any man that's ever seen The Notebook as well is because of a girl. Let's just be real about this.
My library card expired a long time ago.
I knew something was up with that. I knew it was a woman behind that. Me too. Kaya Clark has this cool shell necklace. Hey, do you know that movie's coming out this year?
I did. I remember hearing something, but I didn't know it was this year.
Yeah, I just know that because I just seen it when I was researching shit. Hey, dude, I got to tell you this. Like, totally honest, one of the most appealing things to me as a dude and a bass fishing fan is that you have frickin' Whiskey Myers as a sponsor. How bad? Like, come on. A band is a bass fisherman sponsor? That's not even real talk. Like, if someone told me that when I was a kid, like, hey, did you hear the Led Zeppelin sponsoring Clun? I'd be like, what?
Right.
You know, like, you got Whiskey. How did that happen? What's the connect, bud?
Man, I've just known them forever. When they were playing 8 deep in a white Astro van, making a couple $100 a night at my buddy David Reynolds' bar in McKinney, Hanks, Texas. It's in McKinney, Texas. I was going up there hanging out with them, and they were playing there, a lot. And that's where I met them, through my buddy David, and just got to know them. They're all big hunting and fishing guys, obviously, and just started fishing with Cody Cannon, the lead singer, and it was just one of those deals. We were friends, and
Cody's
hey man,
awesome.
if you ever make it big, I'm gonna hook you up. And the same thing, I said the same thing. If I ever make it big, I'll hook you up. And
that's so cool, dude.
obviously they climbed that totem pole, and they're huge now. And he called me that first year and said, "Man, my deal's a deal. We want to sponsor you." And we never looked back. They're still growing, and we're calling them, like me and Mercer and Dave. I mean, everybody's going to their concerts. John Cruz was at one a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, Zonas.
Me, Mercer, David, Zona, Hackney loves them. I mean, we're calling it the official band of Bassmaster.
They're coming on the show. Or CC is. Cody's coming on. We're off next week, but he's coming on the 25th.
Yeah, and not getting ahead, but we're trying to get them to play at an event, next year or sometime in the future. So, and Cody's all about it. He's got a bait company out there, Toad Thumpers. He's making frogs and jigs and rods. And
I didn't know all that.
Oh, yeah. He's got some cool stuff.
And he just texted here and he said, well, you tell Lee it's time for payback, $387 a pound. He better start paying up.
Yeah, he makes what I make in a year in one night. Probably.
Yeah, he does. He's doing very well for himself. I'm looking forward to hearing from Cody next straight cast. That's for sure, dude. But that's really cool. Do you play any musical instruments? Are you inclined at all?
Man, I can't sing, dance, or play an instrument. I'm good at fishing, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you admitted you're good at fishing. That's
well, I've tried everything else. That's what I'm decent
at. Dude, like, again, I think it's just amazing that a band, and I like how the story links together there, that a band actually sponsors a fisherman. I mean, we've had cool non-endemics. We're pretty fortunate to have a whiskey company sponsor us here at Straight Cast and pay some bills. You're fortunate to have the brewing company do the same thing. But a band like that, red dirt band, that's next level, bud. Next level.
Hey, we started something. I've seen 2 other bass boats in Texas with bands on their wraps.
Really? Really?
So we started a little niche that's leaking out. Who knows? Maybe you'll have Garth Brooks playing at the next podcast.
Well, I'm friends with Billy Strings, so I'm gonna call Billy when we're done.
There you go.
Get some of that Billy money. No, I mean, but no, I mean, what's cool? But like, for example, Billy Strings. For example, you got guys like Cody. These guys are and Whiskey Myers. Red Dirt. It's not the typical Nashville candy ass shit. You know what I mean?
No, it's more Southern rock than even Red Dirt in their minds.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
they're everything: harmonicas and cowbells and drums and guitars and electric and acoustic and just everything. It's not your common banjo on a string. You know, it's a little bit of everything.
That
and
Texas sound.
If you've ever been to a Whiskey Myers concert, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking
you've
forward
seen
to it.
people that I've hooked that are straight Metallica guys and
Oh yeah,
stuff like Mercer and Zona and all them that hate country music, and now they're all about it. Trust me, I get a video from one of the whole crew every night at least jamming out. So it's high paced and they're really, really good live.
yeah, it's step on your throat kind of music, like you said your bassin' is.
It is. I mean, they got a song called Frogman. Couldn't be any better.
I know, dude. Like, here's the deal. Like, and no BS. I've known about Whiskey Myers for a while, and it's because of bass fishing. All right, and outlaw country on the XM. Okay, but like the whole fact that they're just doing this this kind, like, it's the Texas sound, right? Isn't that whole Texas scene just a little? I don't want to offend anybody by saying anything, but that Texas scene is pretty cool, isn't it, dude?
Oh yeah, and it's
Austin.
not just Texas. That whole, like you said, that red dirt country, that Oklahoma, Texas, and even that Tennessee. You know, the Chris Knight, that outlaw country is what it's all about.
Hank
you know, not
3.
being
You like Shelton
national.
Williams? You like Hank Williams 3?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. You know who Scott Byram is? He's a Texas boy.
I don't.
Yeah, you will like Scott Byram. He's a dirty one-man band. So,
Yeah.
And he plays all them honky tonks out by you. I'll bet you know him and you don't even know it, but he's a badass. I'll send you something. You'll like it on the road.
I'm down with that. I'm a music junkie. I do like music.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. What's your favorite rock music? What do you listen to as far as rock music goes? Besides Whiskey Myers. Southern.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you're calling rock. You know, I'm not into the. I mean, I've dipped in everything. I'm not the Metallica guy.
Well, let's go classic.
Not,
classic rock.
Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up listening with my parents to the Rolling Stones, Stevie Ray Vaughan, stuff like that. You know, I'm a Stevie Ray Vaughan kid.
Awesome.
You know,
Hell yeah, Texas Whirlwind, Tornado.
you know, my parents grew up in that West Texas scene with all those guys playing out there in Amarillo and Lubbock. So
Yeah, bud.
I've listened to a little bit of everything that they listen to like that.
I actually saw Stevie Ray Vaughan open up for the Rolling Stones. Speaking of that, that's a pretty damn cool show.
Oh yeah, no, I've done it all. I've seen B.B. King with my dad, and
Awesome.
just a little bit of everything.
And it's cool that your dad's Harold Allen. Not a lot of people know that.
Harold Allen or Tommy Chong, depends what hat he has on.
Yes.
If you ask T. Roy Broussard, he's
Yeah,
Tommy Chong.
our T-Roy. He could be T-Roy. Oh, my goodness. Hey, we do a thing here on Straightcast where I share with our guests the what Google has to say about them. And sometimes interesting things happen. So I'm gonna read you, and if I always Photoshop this, so if people think if I'm messing with them, it's not. This is real. So I'm going to my photos here, and I'm gonna tell you what people also Googled this about you, Lee, and I think you'll find this pretty interesting here. Who is Lee Livesay's wife? Right away, they want to know about your lady. Right away.
Right. That's just a common deal. Everybody does that.
Yeah,
that's
they're Googling her. They're Googling her. And then here you go. You knew this one was coming. What is Lee's net worth? That's your net worth. That's the next one. Googling up. $387 a pound. That's all they got to know, right?
That's not bad.
$388. $343. plus a gas card. Andy got it. Ginger Ninja did. 343 plus a gas card. That's all they need to know. Who is the best fishing guide on Lake Fork? That came up. Who is? Who is?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I've seen a couple guys.
There's a couple good ones, huh? Is Lee Livesay a guide on Lake Fork? That's another question.
That's all they're going to be is Lake Fork, and that's it. At least I won some tournaments. I used to be the dock guy. Remember when I caught the fish over the dock, under the dock in St. John's my first year?
Yes.
Like for a year, people didn't even know my name. They just said, "Oh, you're the dock guy."
The dock dude, yeah. Dude,
dock
I'm straight cast guy. They're like, oh, there's straight cast guy. Don't feel bad. They finally know Matt's name. He used to be on them. That's on them guy. But he went into the cooler. I like your style.
That makes him money, though. I'll be the on them guy for that.
Heck yeah. He sells hats with on them, condoms with on them, hoodies with on them.
He's got a measuring board, they'd say, too.
He did what, sir?
But I heard he's got a new measuring board, too.
Yeah, it says on them. Or in them. That one says in them. It says Lee. And the last one that makes zero sense, it says, who is Kyle Welcher? And why does it say that in Lee when you Google Lee? I'm serious. I don't know why. It makes no sense. Maybe they think Kyle's from Texas or he's a guide or something. I don't know. It's a good fisherman. That's for sure. Dude's a hammer. Hey, you're a hell of a boat handler, bud. Like, I remember you showing us that vid at Gunnersville, and when you just ran through, I think it was on the Sabine, and like running through a chute to Welcome to the Jungle. That's what it was.
Yeah, me and Jake.
Yeah, dude. That was with Jake. Jake's so lucky, dude. He is.
Jake, I am.
He is so good. Like, that guy has got a great job, and he's so good at it too, isn't he?
He is a psychopath. He's the most interesting man in the world. He's so weird. Like, I don't talk to him for a couple of days, and I'm like, what is he doing? Because we usually talk every 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Really every day. And I look on Instagram, and he's hunting pythons yesterday or the day before. Literally, he's out hunting pythons at night in the Everglades. That's how random he is.
Guy's freaking amazing. Yeah. I mean, and cameramen get like that, just like Palahniuk's boy, Van Never. That guy's like eclectic, too. They're out doing crazy stuff. They're like in the former Istanbul, Constantinople, doing crazy, wild shit. But, dude, you're great at handling a boat. I mean, that's a skill of a professional angler. Not a lot of people realize, they think maybe handling a boat is something very easy to do, but it's not. And especially in a situation.
I can drive a boat. I will say that. I don't brag about it a lot, but I can drive a boat.
Yeah, no, we've seen you. We've seen you.
Driving a boat my whole life. I remember getting pulled over when I was like 13 years old in a bass cat. And it was just an old junky bass cat. And the game warden pulled me over. I was out in the middle of Flat Creek on Lake Palestine. I'd been doing it for years already.
Yeah. At
all
13.
night, all day. It was like, you can't be out here. And I was like, why? And he was like, you're not even close to old enough to drive. And got in all kinds of trouble, but it wasn't.
That is so good. Just dropped off. You just got dropped off with the boat, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. I love it. I love it, man. Hey, do those impulse lithiums help with the handling, in your opinion, the light lithium deal? I mean, regardless of the brand, you and I are both with impulse, but I mean, is that a deal?
Handling, I have no idea. Honestly, Pat,
okay.
I have no clue how that'll help handling the boat, but I do know one thing. It has helped me, and I'm not trying to sell product. I'm just talking about them. Impulse has helped me not have any worries in the world about my battery system charging and going all day. I had my rookie year and into my second year, I had a lot of problems with batteries. I mean, and now my whole life, everybody has. And it's just been something that stopped that. I've been able to fish up north when you can practice 16, 17 hours a day all day long. I mean, the first year or the second year, because the first year I'd be dead at 2:00 fighting the current on St. Lawrence River. Well, the second year I said, I'm smarter than that. I'm going to bring 2 sets of, Walmart batteries, AGMs, Big Joe batteries. And
okay.
I'd kill them at, 1 or 2 o'clock, and I'd drive back to the truck and undo, six nuts and washers and drag out 3 batteries and pull out 3 batteries and put in. And
That's
it was
a
just
bitch, yeah.
a freaking nightmare charging at night, having to charge them so long. And it's something that is actually, I mean, I know that it's so niche talking about it, but it's helped me a lot. It really has. And I'm not even talking about driving a boat, lighting in the boat, and all these other additives you get. It's just knowing that my batteries are going to be charged. They're not going to die. You know, they have apps on them. They're Bluetooth now. I can plug them up, sit in the cabin, look, I got 100%, 100%, 100%.
That's awesome.
And no, I'm never going to die on the water is what's huge, you know, and Bill's done a great job in Darlene, you know.
Yeah.
He's a fisherman. That's what I like about the company. When a guy has fished the elites and had the problems that I've had and you've had and everybody else has had out there, dude, he's building batteries the right way. He's not just building a battery to sell. He's building it to break it, building it to break it, building it to break it, and fixing every little thing wrong with it. So eventually he has a perfect battery.
He's
as perfect
serious,
as you can
dude.
get. So you don't have worries because he's been there before, just like me and you have and everybody else. And that's why I like my Impulse lithium batteries, is trusting Bill and trusting his product.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to offend you in any way, but Bill Wheeler is more serious about his batteries than you are about the Happy Gilmore game. So that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to offend you.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right, but I was ready for it.
No, I would have never known Bill would have been a scientist, but I was curious on your take, and I guess all that really matters is the performance of the longevity of the charge of these batteries. But I was curious your take on handling, because I see you handling that freaking boat like Evel Knievel, bud.
Oh, it definitely helps. Don't get me wrong, but that, you know, that's obviously a back burner to anything that needs to be talked about. Those, it definitely helps me whip that freaking ballistic. And I was running 82 miles an hour almost.
I saw that.
That Chickamauga the other day. You can ask a couple guys with other brands that are supposed to be fast how good I passed them or how fast it was. So.
I've been in those ballistics. I know, man. Hey, you need a do-over anywhere in your life? Like, is there a point in your life where you take a do-over?
Ooh,
if it was given to you?
In college that I'd do over.
You did what?
I said I had a couple girls I dated in college. I'd redo that and not date them.
You do over there.
I'd do over them, but I'd not do them.
Stop it, Pat. That was my fault. All right. Yeah. So, no, what would you have to do over? You want any in life?
Man, my life's been pretty good. You know,
nice answer.
Yeah, I've the last meeting my wife and settling down has been a good thing for me. You know.
No, for sure. And dude, I could tell that about you. But I got to ask, you were talking about the do-overs and some of the girls you dated. Like, I need to know about maybe a young Lee Livesay and who was in the spank bank way back for you? Like, who was that girl that first did it for you? Like, let's say celebrity crush. Who's Lee's first celebrity crush?
Oh, that's easy. I was in love with Faith Hill, the singer.
Oh, really?
I was a Faith Hill fan.
That's awesome. I was similar as a kid. Marie Osmond, as dumb as that sounds, she was super hot when I was a kid. But anyway, go.
I like the girl off of Boy Meets World. What's her? Topanga.
Topanga's oh yeah. Jeez, we got to be careful. Wow, yeah, Topanga. Yeah, she was always headlights on. Topanga. Boy Meets Topanga. Hey, what's the most trouble you ever been in your life that you want to talk about right now?
Oh man, I got too many of those for sure. That I want to talk about. One night, me and a bunch of buddies and some other friends jumped off a bridge in college naked. We thought that was a good idea about 2:00 in the morning.
Did you get nut slapped?
And we were waiting on some cars to come by, like idiots, of course. Jumped off the bridge naked, and it was a cop.
Oh man!
The cop showed up, chased us. We swam through the swamp. He was in Monroe in the swamp. Swam through the swamp naked, ran through all these apartments, and I'm telling this story so fast. Summer break, nobody was there. We came back. The cops had towed our vehicles because they knew it was us, and it was just a it was a nightmare. We ended up like borrowing some clothes out of somebody's truck, and
That's outstanding.
It took till daylight to get back to the house. It was a good night.
Wow. Here's a great idea, guys. Let's jump off a bridge naked.
Yeah, it was not a good idea.
Hey, you're not even taking that as a do-over, so I know you got a good life.
Yeah, we've got plenty of those.
Learn from experience, man. Learn from experience, dude. Hey, Michelle from the what's it? American Bait Works.
Yep.
That's your deal over there. You know Michelle, she's awesome. She's got the Blonde Girl Behind the Scene podcast. She
does everything. You never know about her. She's all over the place.
She is. She 100%. She's a master of many trades. But here's what she wants me to ask you: do you actually drink bait fuel? She told me, like, swears hands down that it's a secret that you actually drink a little bit of it. Is that bullshit or no?
No, before the tournaments, I drink just a little bit.
Okay, just a little bit in the system.
Just a little bit, just in case.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a fish or something?
Well, I mean, if I line tying my bait, spitting on it or something, I want to have a little bait fuel on there just so no human scent.
Dude, I like it. Now, and just so, like, nobody gets in trouble, I'm told that this is, like, fine grade sushi type. It won't hurt you. So you can.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink a whole bottle.
Yeah, don't go doing shots.
No.
All right, well, I asked the question. There it is. He does. You do drink some. I guess that's the deal. So Lee wins tournaments. I don't know what else to say. If I put that stuff on my max scent, I think I'll catch him every time. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, what grinds your gears, bud? As a person, what grinds your gears? What pisses you off in life or in bass fishing? I don't care. You tell me.
In life, people leaving the shopping cart out in the parking lot.
I hate that.
To the front of the store.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I've got too many of those. That's my biggest one. Like, I will just stare at you. Obviously, I can't fight an old lady.
Lazy people.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't leave the cart out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Good one there. That grinds my gears too. What about in bassing?
I'm kind of laid back now. I used to yell at people a lot when they got a little too close to me. I don't do that anymore.
Really? In the elites?
No, guiding, man.
Guiding.
Terrible. Yeah, I hate that for anybody that has to do that.
Did you ever throw down? You ever throw down about some spots?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lake Fork's. Lake Fork would be a great reality TV show if anybody would ever watch it for the guide life. Put it that way.
Lake Fork Guide Life this fall on the Discovery Channel.
MTV, Lake Fork Guide Life, or whoever does it now. I don't even know if MTV is a thing anymore for sure.
Yeah, but somebody needs it. Somebody needs a Lake Fork Guide Life. Hey man, I'm having a great time with you. I got to ask you here before we wind this thing up, like. I know that you seem like you're a really together guy, and you're doing really well in life. But like, what's your besides maybe drinking beer or whatever? That's not even an answer. But like, what's your guilty pleasure in life? Like something that you just can't say no to.
Can't say no to it.
You just can't say no to it. It's your guilty pleasure, and it gets you every time.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. Man, I just like to. I'm just simple, dude. I will get in the truck when I have the opportunity and turn the radio off, and just hit a back road.
I like it.
Just drive around for about an hour, and I enjoy that more than anything. It drives Caleb Summerall insane. that I can drive around in my truck with the radio off. That's what grinds Caleb Summerall's gears, is me driving around.
Full circle back to Caleb.
Oh yeah, he's my stepbrother for sure.
That is awesome, man. And I think that's really cool, man. You guys have a great time together on tour, and Caleb's an amazing guy. And I can't wait to be there. I hear you're going to be one of the officials in the cage match when Caleb takes on Maddie and Brandon and Corey.
Official.
Yeah, the official. And wait till Corey hears that you said you could officially kick his ass, not a problem. He's going to get all puffy now, of course.
Got a big head.
Yeah. Lee, I'm so happy that you finally came on this show, dude. And I learned a lot about you tonight. I hope the Bass Galaxy did too, and I hope most of all that you had a good time and you'll come back.
It's been too long. The last time I was on, I think it was me and Big Frank and Brandon.
Yeah, it was Big Frank and Brandon, and Big Frank rapped. Remember that?
Oh yeah, Nelly. That was fun.
Yeah, it was so good. Hey, best of luck to you in the final swing here of the elites. The last half, right? 5 more events.
Got a half left.
Yeah, half left. 5 more events, and little pressure off. Swinging for the fences, proverbially, as they say in Bassin, and
a little bit of everything, man. It's not just that. I can help you or Caleb or Big Frank or anybody. If I'm not in contention to win, I can say, hey, yeah, come over here.
Yeah,
stuff like that. And it's not just the winning. I can help some guys either get a check or get in the classic. Whatever it is, I'll definitely be able to help my friends or whoever. I'll help whoever that I can. So
you are a freaking proper Bassin man. Well, put your cell phone on the screen right now for everybody. If anybody needs any help, they just call up Lee. He's got a lot of free time now. He's qualified for the Bassmaster Classic.
We're going to have our foot on the throat, trust me.
He's ready to go. You are a proper Bassin man. Bass Galaxy, give it up for the champion in Bassin in life, Lee Livesay. You're amazing, bud. I'll see you soon. I'll be at Pickwick, bud. I'll see you over there.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, our pleasure. Best of luck, bud. Peace. There it is right there. That's Lee. Had a good time there. You guys have fun? You feeling good? You feeling loose? A little more relaxed? You want to give away stuff? You want to do this? You want to give away a $50 TH Marine Supplies Shabu Shaba? Do we have winners and stuff? Did people like and share the live feed?
We did.
For a chance to win?
Showed their privates and we're good.
They did. Yikes.
We got one.
We got a winner. Are they from Istanbul or Constantinople?
Constantinople.
Interesting. I don't know about the shipping. It's online.
Yeah, it's online.
But then they got to get the stuff shipped to Constantinople.
So it might be like a $35 one.
And there's crates of cargo and all this stuff because of COVID and everything else.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Here, the winner of the $50 redemption code from thmarinesupplies.com is Andrew Ellenberger.
Brian Franks.
Brian
with a
Brian.
B.
Brian Beans Above the Franks?
Beans Above the Franks.
Ryan Franks. Right there.
You did it.
You did it. Touch my ear. There it is. Ryan Franks. Brian. Direct message, Stray Cast. And we're getting all the contests wrapped up. We got like 6 or 8 coming at you. 6 or 8 coming at you, man. I Rastafari. I like the island sound, Ginge. It is hot. Not in here. It's comfortable in here. It's sweltering. In the, you hear how my Midwest Chicago came out? Sweltering. It's freaking sweltering in here, ninja. Crazy ninja. Anyway, hey, TH Marine Supplies, thank you so much for contributing the $50 redemption code online, thmarinesupplies.com. Omnia Fishing. Hey, Ginge, they got 25% off jackhammers. Jimmy, 25% off jackhammers at Omnia Fishing. Dumb, stupid, silly talk.
You want them, go get them now.
OmniaFishing.com, 25% off the hammies. Right there. Power pole, I put those down for pleasure. I think you all do. I think you all know what I mean. Crestliner, thanks for keeping us afloat. Abu Garcia, yeah, you keep doing it, and you keep doing it. That's all I'm going to say. Berkeley, keep that maximum scent coming. Can't wait to pop these flatworms on the Eau Claire next week. Ichikawa, poisonous pointed hooks with Japan Samurai technology. Thank you, Mr. Ichikawa, for your support of this show. Sims Fishing, Patterson, all the good people at Sims. Alpha Angler, Jake Boomer, you're an animal. Steve, you're an animal. Brandon, you're an animal. Half a Spot Official. Download the app today. Now. Go fishing anywhere in the world you choose if you win. Bavarni Baits, thank you, Dan. We love you. Impulse Lithium. Bite Me Tackle. Brad Zollers, thanks. Got the lead out with you. Amphibia. Gene, you are awesome. And, of course, Tin Cup. Freaking whiskey. Gypsy. And thanks to all you guys. Bass Galaxy for tuning in tonight and allowing us to do this crazy bass fishing talk show. As you know, it's available on all podcast platforms. Mañana. And, of course, thank you again to Lee Livesay for joining us here on Straightcast, the glorified version of a bass and talk show. I'm Pat Renwick for Jamie Macis, for Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Ninja, for the largemouth, the smallmouth, the spotted, the red-eyed, the Guadalupe, shrimp scampi, shrimp gumbo, shrimp etouffee, shrimp galbani, fried shrimp, shrimp bombinki, shrimp montana, shrimp Alfredo, shrimp con carne, shrimp with pasta